Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Adam Cox with CB2Go checking in. Thursday afternoon, just about 2 o'clock or so. And so just wanted to touch base with you. As I know a lot of you are very busy out there. And for those of you who have taken the time today to enjoy this webinar, just wanted to thank you very much for your time. So the reason why we're here today to talk about CB2Go is we've had one of the busiest summers ever. And a lot of things I've been hearing around the office is people think about joining teams. People think about hiring assistants. People think about bringing on buyer's agents. Well, these are all fantastic ideas, but they can be rather expensive. So I just want to say the first piece of the puzzle you want to put together when thinking about creating that team and thinking about hiring that assistant would be to get an administrative assistant in place. Sometimes when you hire an administrative assistant, they're going to charge you an hourly wage. Sometimes it may be salary. And that could cost you anywhere upwards of $25,000, $35,000, $40,000 per year for that administrative assistant. Whereas CB2Go actually offers flat fee for service plans, one for listings and others for properties under contract. So rather than paying a full-time assistant a very large salary, you can actually pay CB2Go a one-time fee for your listing assistant program of $175. Or if you have a file under contract, you can get that into our contract closing assistant program for a flat fee of $300. The closing assistant program, one of the great things about that is the $300 actually is not payable up until that property closes. As we know, there is about a 25% fallout rate out there with our transactions. So if the property does by chance fall out of contract and the contract terminates, no harm, no foul, you will not be charged that $300. So again, thinking of creating a team, bringing on a buyer's agent. It's great to bring on that buyer's agent, but one thing you want to take into consideration, hey, you're going to have double the deals coming in, which is a great problem to have. But again, we're going to need to have somebody helping you manage those dates, deadlines, keep the buyer's agent on their toes, keep yourself on your toes as a listing agent. So that's one of the things that's so effective about CB2Go. There are transaction coordinators, and the only caveat we have with CB2Go is you must use CP&E contracts in order to utilize the program. Reason being is the transaction coordinators all work out of their home, and we have them scattered out across the front range. So by having CP&E contracts, they can actually get into the system, see your contracts, get everything sent over to your home office. Another great thing about CB2Go is they're familiar with all the different offices. They're familiar with Homebase. They're familiar with New Panda. They're familiar with Axiom Mortgage, Guardian Title, all of Coldwell Banker's tools and technologies they've actually been made aware of. If you were to enter your property in the listing assistant program, we actually have a 13-point bullet point spread that we would actually put your property through. All you would have to do is essentially create the MLS input form as well as the new property listing form for the office, and CB2Go is going to take care of the remainder of the things for you. They're going to go ahead and enter that property into the MLS. They're going to schedule your listing rewards. They're going to schedule your photography. You're going to upload the photography to the MLS and rearrange the photographs however you see fit. And they're also going to send out a client introduction letter. This is fantastic because they introduce themselves as your assistant, as your team member. So that right there gives you automatic credibility and just a little bit more validity to your business, if you will. So by having that transaction coordinator in your back pocket for a flat fee, the public doesn't have to know it's a flat fee. They just know that's your full-time assistant. It's actually available to them Monday through Friday through regular business hours from 9 to 5. So the listing assistant program, again, is a one-time fee of $175 up front, and they'll take care of it and manage the listing documents between you, the office staff, and your clients. In the closing assistant program, you can put any property in here if it's already under contract and you're halfway through and you get busy and you need to hand the contract off to have your dates and deadlines watched. You just turn it over into the closing assistant program, and they'll get a transaction coordinator assigned to you immediately. They'll help alleviate some of that stress and be a second set of eyes on your dates and deadlines in your contract line. So again, I know it's a ton of information. We'll go ahead and jump into our slides. Right, and here we go. This just is basic bullet points about the program, CB2Go transaction management. how much is peace of mind worth to you? You know, some people it might be $40,000 per year, but here we're going to teach you how to save money and grow your business at the same time. So feeling bogged down, I know a lot of us feel this way at the end of each day, just piled up in paperwork, or even these days electronic paperwork. But sometimes it just feels like we're drowning in files. So again, how does this work? We have transaction coordinators available for flat fees. We have a listing assistant as well as a closing assistant program. Here, need help juggling your inventory? This is a listing assistant program I was telling you about. Essentially for you, all you're going to have to do is get out there and install the lockbox, complete that new listing in the MLS input sheet. In CB2Go, they're going to take the reins from that. They're going to order your listing rewards program for you, schedule your photography with Rocket Media. They're going to order that sign installation, as well as your home warranty. If you're using American Home Shield, they're very well versed in all of their programs, and they'll order that warranty for you. Again, as I mentioned before, they're going to send out that client introduction letter to your sellers and let them know who they are, that they're working for them. They're going to enter that property into the MLS, upload and arrange all the photographs however you see fit, and they're going to manage and track all the signatures between you, your clients, and the office staff. Another great thing is you actually can say yes or no when it comes to the regular seller follow-up. I know some of us out there, we'll really, I don't want to say control freaks, but hey, I know when I was selling full-time, I was a control freak. But at the end of the day, if you don't want CB2Go to reach out to your clients and give them any sort of updates, that is 100% your business. You can make that call. So here we go with the closing assistant program. Closing assistant program, again, this is fantastic because the $300 is not being payable until we actually get to the closing date. So here CB2Go is going to create your SIR for you. Essentially, all you're going to have to do is approve that SIR. From there, they're going to send out that client introduction letter to all parties. This actually also entails the other agent, the lender, the title company. That way, hey, we've got all hands on deck when it comes to your transaction coordinator, yourself, all the parties involved in the transaction. Again, they're going to manage and track all the signatures on all the documentation. I can tell you the one signature that's missed the most is our own, because we work so hard at getting our clients to sign off on their documentation. Hey, it ends up a lot of times being the day of closing, we sign our own contract. But also, they're going to schedule the inspection, appraisal, and the closing on their behalf. They're all going to review the CBA and the settlement statements, but you're going to have to do that as well, just to make sure that the T's are crossed the correct way and the I's are dotted the right way. Essentially, from there, you're just going to have to drop off your closing check and your closing packet. We're going to go ahead and turn it into the office to track any additional amendments, and then we're going to make your MLS changes for you when it's all said and done. So again, how valuable is your time? In this market today, time is money. And the best way we can create more time for you is by taking a lot of these administrative duties off your hands. A very fair, flat fee that will save you time, which in turn gets you in front of more clients, which in turn helps you sell more property, which in turn puts money in your pocket. And that's what we're all about. So here's some frequently asked questions. Would this be a good program to help me take my business to the next level? Absolutely. It's a great way. The reason being, again, it just takes all those little details and little tasks that you have to do. You'll have that second set of eyes always tapping on your shoulder and reminding you if anything is due. Again, when is your assistant available? Your assistant is available 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Your clients can reach out to them, you can reach out to them, title, lender, whoever needs to, they're available for you 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Can you transfer an existing transaction into the program? Most definitely. We spoke about this just a little bit ago. And reason being is, as we know, when the momentum phase kicks in, we'll be working with one client. Next, our phone will ring 6 times. Now we're working with 4 clients, and we'll have to, again, we go ahead and hand off one of those files over to CB2Go. We're happy to take the reins, make sure that all our dates and deadlines are being met, nothing falling through the cracks, and bringing everything to the contract close. Will your assistant be in your office? Actually, no. The assistants, again, work out of their home. The non-licensed assistants. So this is a question I get quite a bit. Okay, Adam, I've got this transaction coordinator. Can they, and they've got access to CTN, can they write contracts on my behalf? The answer to that is no, because they are unlicensed assistants, so they can't write contracts on your behalf. One thing they can do is prepare an amend extend on your behalf. However, you would need to proofread that amend extend to be the actual one who sent it out from CTN. And then again, when is the fee due to your assistant? The $175 for the listing awards program, the listing assistant program is due up front, and the closing transaction coordinator system is $300, and that is not due until later. So, how do you place your order for CB2Go? This gentleman here on the slide, Dave Fairbrother, he's actually the general manager and owner of the program. All you need to do, send Dave an email or give Dave a call. He's going to go ahead and introduce you to a couple different transaction coordinators in the area. You want to make sure that you jive with who you're going to be working with. You want to make sure that relationship is strong so you feel comfortable, very happy with you. Dave Fairbrother, again, his contact information is here on the slide. His phone number is 303-725-6167. His email is dave@signaturetransactions.com. And then my contact information, Adam Cox or adam.cox@coloradohomes.com. My direct line at the office is 303-409-6428. My cell phone is 303-907-3453. If you have any questions about the program, want to get anybody to one of your transactions enrolled, simply give Dave or myself a call and we'll get